Life doesn't always go as we planned. Sometimes, we find ourselves in seasons of waiting, wondering when God will answer our prayers. Other times, we face trials that make us question if God is even listening. Maybe you've been waiting for a breakthrough in your life. Maybe you're praying for healing, restoration, or direction, but it feels like God is silent. Or maybe you feel stuck, unsure of what to do next. But here's the truth. God is never late. His timing is perfect, even when we don't understand it. And if you're in a season of waiting or uncertainty, God is calling you to trust Him like never before. Trust Him when you don't see the answer. Isaiah 55:8-9 says, "For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, declares the Lord. As the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts." God sees the full picture. He knows what's best for you. And while you may not see the answer now, it is working behind the scenes. Think about Abraham and Sarah. God promised them a child, but years passed and nothing happened. It seemed impossible, but God had a plan. And at the right time, Sarah gave birth to Isaac. God fulfilled His promise. Maybe you feel like time is running out. Maybe you're wondering if God has forgotten you. But just like He was faithful to Abraham and Sarah, He will be faithful to you. The power of waiting on God. Psalm 27:14 says, "Wait for the Lord. Be strong and take heart and wait for the Lord." Waiting is not wasted time. It's a season of preparation. Think about Joseph. God gave him a dream that he would become a great leader. But before the dream became a reality, he was betrayed by his brothers, sold as a slave, and thrown into prison. For years, nothing seemed to make sense. But God was preparing him for something greater. And at the right time, Joseph was elevated to a position of power. God's timing was perfect. If you're in a season of waiting, don't lose hope. God is preparing you for something greater. Trust Him. Overcoming fear and doubt are the biggest obstacles to faith. They whisper, "What if things don't work out?" They make us question if God is really in control. But 2 Timothy 1:7 reminds us, "For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind." Fear is not from God. Doubt is not from God. When Peter walked on water, he was full of faith at first. But the moment he took his eyes off Jesus and focused on the storm, he began to sink. That's what happens when we let fear take over. But even when Peter was sinking, Jesus reached out His hand and pulled him up. Maybe you feel like you're sinking right now. Maybe fear and doubt have overwhelmed you. But Jesus is reaching out to you. Hold on to Him. Keep your eyes on Him. Because He will not let you go. God's timing is always perfect. Ecclesiastes 3:1 says, "There's a time for everything, and a season for every activity under the heavens." God has a time for everything in your life. Maybe you're in a season of waiting. Maybe you're in a season of pruning. Maybe you're in a season of breakthrough. No matter where you are, trust that God is in control. His plans for you are good. And when the time is right, nothing can stop His blessings from coming your way. Meditation, resting in God's timing. Close your eyes and take a deep breath. Picture yourself standing at the edge of a river. The water is flowing steadily, not too fast, not too slow. You realize that this river is like God's timing. It moves at the perfect pace. Now imagine Jesus standing beside you, looking at you with love. He says, "Be still and know that I am God." Let that truth sink into your heart. You don't have to rush. You don't have to force things to happen. You just have to trust Him. Feel His peace surrounding you. He is in control. And His timing is perfect. Challenge, a step of trust this week. I challenge you to surrender your timeline to God. If you've been anxious about the future, give it to Him. If you've been trying to control everything, let go and trust His plan. Take one step of faith this week. Maybe it's spending more time in prayer. Maybe it's declaring God's promises over your life. Maybe it's choosing to praise Him, even when things don't make sense. Whatever it is, take that step. God is working. Even when you don't see it. Even when you don't feel it. Even when you don't understand it, He is faithful, and He will never fail you. Call to action if this message encouraged you. Comment I trust you, Lord, below. Hit the like button if you believe that God's timing is perfect. And don't forget to share this message so that more people can be encouraged in their faith. God is in control. His plans are good. His timing is perfect. Keep trusting. Keep believing. Keep moving forward in faith. Because God is not finished with you yet. Amen.